What? Who is that? No way. Who is that? Is that you or you? You or you? Who is it? Ah, you. I got a solution for this. So you guys have certainly heard of smoke detector's annoying chirp when the battery's low, and you gotta bust out the ladder, make the dreaded climb to change the 9-volt battery at the most inconvenient time. I've been buying this kind with the front load battery door because it provides an easier installation of the battery. You just have to pull out the old battery, insert the new one, and close the door, and you're done. My brand of choice is Kidde, and this one detects both smoke and carbon monoxide. Now, smoke detectors only have a lifespan of 10 years. This one is over a year past due to be changed. And right here's where you plug it in, because it's a hardwired interconnected smoke alarm with voice alerts. Now, I always purchase the same brand. It also has a smoke plus carbon monoxide alarm. This one is still hardwired, but what's different about it, it has a 10-year built-in lithium battery for backup. No more 9-volt batteries to change out every year. Now, in the small print, I noticed they're not warranting the 10-year battery claim. But the way I look at it is, if it only lasts for 7, 8, 9 years, I'm kind of good with that, just not to have to deal with an ill-timed chirp anytime soon. But I hope it lasts for 10 years. It also says it only connects with other Kidde alarms. That's why I stick with the same brand. And the Kidde Home Safe only works with other Kidde smart devices. It won't work with my other non-smart interconnected alarms. We will set up the app after we install it. It also works with Alexa and Hey Google. I'm in the Apple ecosystem, so that unfortunately does me no good. Also note the carbon monoxide alarm response times. 1 through 70 parts per million, most people won't experience symptoms. You get an alarm within 60 to 240 minutes. 150 to 200 ppm and above, symptoms may include disorientation, unconsciousness, and death, so the alarm goes off much sooner within 4 to 15 minutes. I'm surprised the box's cover doesn't mention it has voice alerts when it does. Now let me show you this other model. This one is just a smoke alarm, but it also has a 10-year battery. It mentions on the box's cover it has voice alarm and LED status ring, and it's hardwired. I just prefer the smoke plus carbon monoxide alarms over this one because my house has a lot of gas appliances, but it does cost a little more. This one says the battery is included under the warranty for 10 years, and both have an end-of-life chirp. Hopefully that's the only time you ever hear one out of it. And it also can be on the interconnected system, so if any unit senses a problem, it automatically triggers all the other units. For a real quick unboxing so we can go install it, it has a quick start guide for setting up the app and a user guide with all the installation and relevant information. This is the mounting bracket, this is the AC connector. I'll show you how to wire it up. The unit itself comes in plastic and has a wiring harness attached to it. And that's what the AC connector plugs into. And this red strip is for dust protection, mainly there if it was being installed during construction. At its end of life, you push in this dashed area with a screwdriver to break tab, then rotate the slotted arrow clockwise to disable and discharge. I test the new plug in the old smoke detector, and it is compatible and plugs right in. But we will rewire it so I can show you how. The user guide has a ton of information, so make sure you go through it. Visual and audible indicators, troubleshooting guide, recommended locations for install. This is helpful if you're in a new house. Locations to avoid. Then it goes into the installation instructions. It does say here you can use the existing AC connector if you don't want to rewire in the new one, but I always do. You guys can and should go through the rest. Now this is how you remove the old one. You squeeze the side locks on the AC connector and pull it out. To remove the mounting bracket, there are 2 screws most likely going into an electrical box. I tried the old mounting bracket on the new alarm and it fits, so I could have left it installed and skipped a step of replacing it. And because the new alarm also plugs into the old AC connector, again I could have skipped the replacement. But let me show you how easy it is to install everything new next. To start, we need to shut off the power. I use my voltage tester and you can see the black wire is the hot. So I use the clip on my pen voltage tester and clip it to a wire. Then I put the tip on the black wire so I can hear a constant audible tone, and I head to my breaker panel. I start flipping off breakers until I hear the audible tone stop. That's how you identify which breaker you need to turn off so you can safely work on wiring in the new AC connector. I unclip and remove my tester. I next need to pull the wire nuts out of the electrical box, so I carefully pull out the red, black, and white wires I see the old AC connector is wired to, and face the wire nuts pointed down for all 3. Next I unscrew the wire nuts one by one and remove the old AC connector. I always double check there's no power one last time before I start wiring. The red wire comes with an insulated cap you leave on if the alarm is being used as a single station, but I remove it because mine is hardwired interconnected to 8 additional alarms. And I like to strip the wires a little longer than the pre-stripped amount. So I strip each wire a little more to about the same length as stripped on the wires in the electrical box. Take note these wires come with soldered ends that coat the metal strands. Because of this, I can't twist them around to make the connection. So I just line up the strip ends for each wire and screw on the wire nut to make the connection. Also, I'm not twisting the wire higher up before aligning the ends like I normally would do, because I need it to hang out of the bracket central hole to make it easier to plug the unit in. When I got to the red wire, I needed to clip the end off of one of the 2 wires because it was too long. This will ensure all the wires are lined up equally, which will make a better connection. Okay, next I tuck the 3 wire nuts into the electrical box, making sure as I handle them they don't loosen. Let's put the bracket screws on next. I hate when someone uses drywall screws in an electrical box. Never do that. You can see the mounting brackets are interchangeable, but the old one is discolored, so it's worth changing it out. I couldn't get it positioned all the way left and all the way right on the slots I was using, but it doesn't really matter, and I just didn't want to force it. So I tightened the screws right where it fell in place, making sure I don't over tighten bending the plastic. Next I plug the AC connector into the wiring harness that's attached to the unit. Then push the wires back into the electrical box through the hole in the center of the mounting bracket. I rotate the unit clockwise, which by the way, automatically activates the battery backup.
Ready to connect. Follow quick start instructions.
I remove the dust protection red strip. Let's set up the Kidde app next. I scan the QR code on the quick start guide and it opens the app store. I tap on Get, double click on the side button, let Face ID see my face, and the app downloads. Then I hit open, then allow to let Kidde find devices on local networks. Then hit get started. Next you have to create an account. You enter your first name, then your last name, then your email. Just like what you would do for any other app that requires you to set up an account. The last part is to come up with a password. I think of one and type it in. I had an empty character after my first name, and after deleting it, the create your account button turned red. I click on it, then hit allow so the Kidde app can send me notifications, and allow again so the Kidde app can send me critical alerts. It says account created and send you an email. I find the email and click on verify email. The app opens automatically and you get a welcome screen. I skip the tour, hit allow while using the app to allow it to track my location. Now you create a property. I just name it Martin's house. I scroll down and hit continue. Next we're going to add a device. I hit the plus sign, Martin's house, and continue. Then you name your detector. I just name it hallway. I click done, then view all rooms, then hallway again. I next hit save, then continue. I hit allow so the app can access my camera. I scan the QR code on the back of the unit. It says QR scan successful. So I click continue, it explains what you need, and then I hit continue again. Continue again explaining I have to activate the battery, but I already did that when I installed the bracket. Continue again because I have it plugged in. Continue again because I have my Bluetooth on my phone. Then I hit I'm ready to connect. It searches and finds my Wi-Fi network. I click on it and enter my password. Then click on continue. And it asks you if you want to save your network password in your device, and I click yes. Then continue. It says connect it to router, then register the Wi-Fi alarm. It says you added and connected your safety device. Let's go ping the alarm. I hit ping alarm. This is what it sounds like. Then I click on cancel ping and it stops. Pretty cool. We need to do one last thing in the app. Next I click go to dashboard and it says there's an update required, so I hit install. You can see here it says your firmware update is in progress. It takes about 2.5 minutes to complete. It finishes and then I click my device, which is named hallway. Now we're going to test the alarm, so I click on the button and this is what it sounds like.
Carbon monoxide.
I really like how it announces if it's fire or carbon monoxide being detected. Now this is what you do if you don't want to install the app. Just hold the button and it stops looking for your network. You also can just ignore it and after 15 minutes it'll stop looking.
Not connected.
And then you hit the button once if you want to test your alarm without the app.
Testing. This is very loud. Press now to cancel test. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
So that's it, guys. If you have a hardwired interconnected system, consider ditching the old 9-volt battery and get the 10-year worry-free one. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please remember to hit the thumbs up and be sure to subscribe to see more home DIY videos just like this one. Click on any of these links on the screen to check out my other home DIY videos. One, I show you how I repaired the toilet flange at my mom's house. The other, how I repaired a photocell on my outside light fixture. Thanks again for watching. Bye, everyone.